بين الأذان والإقامة
بتاع ساعة ساعة ونص
بين المغرب والعشاء
بالظبط. بتاع ساعة وتلت.
نستنى شوية، هتبقى متأخر على 9:30 الفجر العشاء 9:03 و4 دقايق حاجة زي كده.
ماشي.
مش كده؟
أنا مش فاكر. أنا على
الأذان
9:03 تقريبا. ماشي.
أسبوع كمان وننزله 9:30.
ماشي خلاص ماشي إن شاء الله.
لأن بص تلاقي لو نزلناه 9:30 مش
مفهوم.
يعني هيقل الناس
مفهوم.
ربع ساعة بالليل كده هتفرق معاهم.
مفهوم صح. خلاص إن شاء الله.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. أما بعد. We've been listening to the stories or events of the prophets, messengers of Allah, one after another. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in this context, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala called them muhsinin. Okay, you find in every surah when messengers are mentioned, there is a theme, the theme of Islam, the theme of Iman, the theme of Ihsan. So you look at the event that's happening with that angle that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving. Okay? It magnifies certain qualities, okay, within the action of the messengers and the descriptions that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala described them with. Here we're listening about Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam. Okay? We know that the one that enters Jannah biqalbi salim. Okay? The one he will enter Jannah has to enter it with the qalb that is salim, a sound heart. Here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala describes Ibrahim alayhi salam coming to Allah with qalb salim. Already his heart is salim. Okay? And what this heart is doing, that is salim and the maqam al-ihsan, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala describes how he dealt with the idols. Right? There's a description of how he dealt with the idols before. Right? In Surah Al-Anbiya we heard, he comes in and with his right hand, meaning with strength, okay, and break them down and leave one of them. Okay, but in this time, because of the maqam is a little different here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that he talked to them. He talked to the idols. He said, why don't you eat? Okay? Now there's nobody around. There's no one around. He's just there and talking to idols. So it gives us a vigor that he had. Some kind of energy in this. He's upset about this. Okay? About the kufr, the day of kufr and worshiping idols. What's the matter with you? Why aren't you speaking? Okay? Why don't you eat and why aren't you speaking? Okay? And then he broke them down and took them to pieces. You find this energy. But at the same time, when he talked to his father, when he talked to his people, when he talked to the angels about the people of Lut, when he knew that they're coming to destroy the people of Lut, the same heart with the vigor with softness. The same heart became very soft. Okay? And to the point the angel says, do not argue with us in this. This matter is done. Like the angels, they close the door. He's kind of awah. He was awah. One of the descriptions that Ibrahim alayhi salam described with, meaning the one who goes, you know, there is a feeling that you have and it comes out in a sound that indicates what you have in your chest and your heart. So you find that extreme anger about kufr, but extreme hope for the kuffar to become Muslim at the same time. And in some ayat, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us one after another, you know, not this surah and that surah, but the contrast right there. Okay? When he said to his people, قد بدت بيننا وبينكم العداوة والبغضاء أبدا حتى تؤمنوا بالله وحده. Between us and you, the animosity and hatred, okay, until you believe in Allah and Allah alone, right? You think that he's talking to the people themselves, that I hate you, I hate this. No, the adawa al-baghda is for the concept itself, because immediately after that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives instructions so we do not get confused in this, saying that your animosity, you do not take the birr, the level of birr has to be between you and the disbelievers, so long that they're not taking you as an enemy, right? If they're not taking you as an enemy, you should not take them as an enemy, because simply they are kuffar. You take the action of kufr as an enemy. So you find Ibrahim alayhi salam, this is in him. This is magnified. When the idea of kufr there, he's very strong in it. And when the idea of da'wah, he's also as well very, very strong in it. And sometimes it is easy for us to go to pass that line, right? So, you know, as Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught us, even in the enemy, in the battlefields and the fighting and so forth, the enemy is clear. But Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam differentiate between the soldier of war and the criminal of war, right? The soldier of war is just coming in doing the work, probably making money, doing this, that, do not quite have a concept of what this issue is. But the criminal of war is the one who organized the army, the one who has that concept of animosity with Islam. So if you let him go, and it did happen in our history as Muslims sometimes let go with the criminal of war, and turn out, what did they do? They go and collect another army and come back again, right? So Rasulullah taught us to put this fine line as well. So it is a heart that is salim, that can differentiate and cannot go with just desires. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. الحمد لله رب العالمين.